Hi, friends. I'm going to have to be very careful with how I deliver this message because of the adult content. But the song is "Good in Bed" by Tesla or Taela. Sorry, Taela. I don't know. Whatever. Taela. Um, it's kind of giving that there are some people out here that are staying in situations or returning to situations because that person is good in bed. And whether or not that's what you're consciously doing or not, it's ultimately what's happening. Yeah, and it's definitely draining you. It's not helping you. It's making you really sad. This is the 10 of Cups in reverse. It's like actually like breaking you in some sort of way. And so the first thing that, quit acting like I'm dead because you're calling me every night. Okay, so the first thing, yeah, it's like when they call you every night, it's almost like you think that that's a victory. You think that they've changed, or you think that they want you in a different way or whatever. But like God, Spirit, the universe is like, no, they're still imbalanced. You need to like almost like not surrender nearly as much. Like quit giving into them, quit giving them power. They're showing me a few different situations. They're showing me like an energetic exchange when you return back to past lovers and you know do the adult stuff. That is an energetic exchange that then reignites what you have, whether or not it's good, whether or not it's helpful to you. Strength in reverse, or like, well, this is the 5 of Wands, but strength in reverse, and or no, it's struggle. I don't know why I can't read. But either way, it's like there's like it's causing so many more issues with you returning back to this person. Guess what? I'll still make you sweat. Too easy to see through. No one would believe you. Okay, and so the other scenario that they're showing me, like outside of this, like this energy exchange is when we do the thing with people, especially if it's a toxic relationship, there's oxytocin that is released in your brain, which is highly addictive. It's one of those like highly addictive happy chemicals that we produce in our brain. And when you like have these big blow ups and then you go and you do the makeup stuffs, you are reinforcing the addiction. 234 on the timer. You are reinforcing the addiction to this person. It is quite literally an addiction, which is probably why you find yourself being anxious or upset or depressed when you're not with this person, because you are quite literally addicted to them. And you are essentially like putting yourself in these toxic cycles. Yeah, by avoiding doing what you're actually supposed to be doing, which is letting go of this nightmare. Letting go of this nightmare, because it's like parts of you know that like this isn't good for you and you're not happy, but then I think the fear of being alone is scarier to you than what you're experiencing. But your guides are wanting me to remind you that they would never ask you to be in a forever relationship with somebody that wouldn't make you happy all of the time. And obviously, like relationships, like real loving relationships, there's always ups and downs, but like the downs aren't nearly as low. It's kind of giving, okay, hold on one second. Okay, so this is actually a similar drawing that I used to show my kids talking about toxic relationships. The red lines are the toxic relationships. The green line is like the healthy relationships. The part of the reason that some of us stay in toxic relationships, even though these lows get real low, is because the difference between the low and the high is so extreme and so drastic. You get addicted to these highs. It is quite literally like in your body, chemistry wise, is very similar to a substance addiction. And so these highs and lows, they're so extreme, we get addicted to this cycle. And we get addicted to the love bombing, the things that bring that spike up. Whereas those of us who are used to chaos find this steady up and down very uncomfortable because we're waiting for the big blow ups. We're waiting for these big lows. We're wondering why there's not these big gestures of love and why you're not love bombing me. And because we are addicted to parts of that process. And I was one of those people. It was very strange for me to be in a relationship with my husband who, you know, we have a healthy relationship where we have these normal highs and lows that it's like steady waters. These are choppy waters. These toxic relationships are like choppy waters. And so we almost feel like too much peace is happening with these the very small deviants, I guess. These small differences in the highs and lows, and it's steady, it's consistency. It's something that a lot of us who end up in toxic relationships are not used to. Consistency. Okay, so understanding your brain chemistry in this also might help you get out of whatever, or at least understand what it is that you are experiencing internally so you can do with that what you will. My highest of recommendations is that you allow these towers to fall if you are a red line. Okay, if you are in a relationship that even slightly resembles this red line, because at the end of the day it will never improve until you guys can move away and get clarity. And likely it's probably the other person that has some severe issues that have nothing to do with you that they need to manage. I don't know if that was it. You've been saving for his mattress. This is Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy. So like this is definitely crawling back into bed with somebody because of that feeling. That is a sure way to get stuck in a relationship longer than you have any business being in, and a sure way of actually missing out on opportunities to meet your forever person. So many of us are trying to rush to our forever person that we think rushing the process or ignoring yellow and red flags will actually get us to our forever person even quicker, and it won't. Slow and steady in this case wins the race, because when we stop distracting ourselves with people who aren't for us, we have more time to focus on us, to raise our vibrations to a level 711 that would attract our forever person. We have to make sure, like, our biggest focus is that we are ready for our person, ready for our forever person. That is what we should be focused on. That is actually the thing that brings in your forever person, is being the person that your forever person will find attractive. Yeah, and it's like hard work. It's hard work to like fine tune and get those details out, but it's like, I can't tell you how many times I re-entered almost the same exact situation with different people before I met my husband, and I wasted so much time and energy in those relationships, and I had to start over, and I had to heal, and I had to do all of this. Serotonin by Girl in Red is on, and it's almost like, yeah, it's like this is a serotonin thing, and it's I'm hearing like external validation, which is reminding me of this thing that like I tell people, when we seek external validation, specifically in partners, but we don't know how to love ourselves, it makes it easier for us to fall for people who aren't actually intending on taking care of ourselves. 818 on my timer, and it's like, so our partners, our healthy partners, will mirror how we love ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, and then that's how they start to take care of us. So for example, like if I was out and about and my husband was home and I had a really stressful day and whatever, most of the time I will come home to, he tidied up a candle that's lit, or my diffuser or something, and I'll have like snacky snacks. Like it's never anything like super big, but it's always like these small little things that are greatly appreciated. Sometimes he'll start a shower and warm up a towel for me. You know, it never needs to be yeah, like that's how you have these unions. This is what a real union sounds like. And it's like, he learned those things because that's what I liked to do when I had stressful days, when I had bad days. He mirrored that. But when I wasn't taking care of myself, there was nothing to mirror. And so my previous partners could get away with essentially doing whatever, because I didn't even know what I wanted. I didn't even know how to take care of myself. I didn't even know how to wind down. I depended on external validation for that. Yeah. That's like exhausting, friends. That's exhausting. Anything else for this collective? I love you guys. I know this is hard work, But please, 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 you deserve to be in healthy relationships. Yeah, this is not inspirational for you. This is not like I'm hearing like they're shutting down conversations, and that's not fair to you either. Definitely take some time to seek solitude, and I think you'll actually find stability internally. I love you so much. I hope this helps.